Hello, minions, and welcome back to another edition of the Brutal Block here on YouTube, a channel solely used to react to bands that have either been on the show before or haven't yet, but we're looking at them. Today's episode, we have a Shovel Monster. They just came out with a new track, and Mick has been an amazing, amazing person. I've gotten really close to him here recently. He's been a follower of Brutal Block since its inception, and we even had Shovel Monster on the 1 hour radio show that we do on Supercore Radio. So if you're interested in hearing that, please head on over to Supercore Radio, streaming on all platforms, and check out that interview. It was very fun, and Mick is an awesome, awesome dude. Now, this new track has a new vocalist, which I'm really excited to hear. Randall was on Day 9, their last album, which was their sophomore album, and it is amazing. It's one of my favorite albums, and I have it in my truck, and I play it every time I'm driving around. That's my jam CD to listen to. It replaced Dog Fashion Disco's Adultery for the time being. But anyway, their new vocalist is his name is Joseph Moore, and he's from a band called Encircled Throne. So I'm very excited to hear what he has to bring to the table because Randall is a very hard vocalist to follow. So we are going to check this song out. I have not heard it yet. It is new Shovel Monster. It just released a couple days ago, and I figured why not sit down with the minions and listen to it together. So without further ado, I give you Shovel Monster. So one of the things I really love about Shovel Monster is their guitar tone. And Mick does a really good job at just having a really heavy, chunky tone, and it fits very well with his picking style and the style of riffs that he comes up with. Very, very chunky, just it's meaty. And the drums really complement that as well. The drums have a very nice low end to them. And so like I know in my truck, Shovel Monster, the Day 9 album sounds killer in my truck. And then just listening to this right now too on my headphones, it sounds very, very meaty. I really like it. And the new vocalist, Joseph Moore, nice man. This is by far the most, I guess I could say the most aggressive Shovel Monster that I've heard to date. Day 9 is very good. It's written very well, but I think Joseph brings another element. His vocals aren't as deep, I guess you could say, as Randall's were. These have a very more like uh, I'm trying to figure out the words to explain it. It has a more there was aggressiveness in Day 9 for sure, vocally, but here, this vocal has kind of like, almost, and then I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. It has, like, this desperation type vibe to it. Like, it triggers a weird sensation in the way that he screams. I love it. It's definitely different. Most of the time when I hear bands, I can typically be like, "Oh, this sounds like this band or this sounds like that band." The one thing I really love about Shovel Monster and why I really gravitated to them as a band is they don't sound like other bands. I can't really pull anything from them and be like, "Oh, this sounds like this and this sounds like this," or I can tell they're inspired by this band or this. And vocally, he brings something to the table that I've never really heard as far as like not so much the sound, but like the feeling that I get from his voice. it really kind of pulls me in, and it gives me, I don't want to use the word anxiety, but almost like in a good way. Like it's not like a bad anxiety, but it's just like, yeah, dude, like it pulls the aggression out of me. It's definitely one of the Shovel Monster is one of those bands that, especially with this track, this is a song that you definitely want to open a show with and get that pit going. It's gonna drive that angst and help people just get in there. I really enjoy his style of vocals with mix writing style musically. They fit really well. Randall was awesome, but I'm very excited to see more from Joseph Moore. And I hope, Mick, if you're watching this, I hope Joseph is a guy who's going to be adding his voice to Shovel Monster in the future, because I really do like his voice. I think it complements your writing style musically very well. That guitar tone with his vocal style, I think it works. So now listening to a little bit more, I guess the best way I could explain how his vocals sound to me anyway is I feel like if Freddy Krueger was in a metal band, that's the best kind of I guess analogy I could think of is if Freddy Krueger was in a metal band, this would be the type of sound I think Freddy, if he was a front man, this is what he would sound like, and this is how he would make metal music. I also want to point out, I believe the drums are programmed. Um, and like I said, I think Mick does pretty much everything. He does all the guitars, the bass, and the drums and stuff. One of the things I love about his drum writing is that it's not over the top. And I think that's one of the things that really kind of makes this band sound so tight and so solid, is that he doesn't go overboard with the drums. The drums are in the pocket, and they're doing what they're supposed to. They're the heartbeat of the song, and they just allow the guitars to really just stay chunky and stay full, and the drums just carry that heartbeat. I really love the way he does his drums, and the fills. They're not overly done, and it just really makes Shovel Monster have that heartbeat that I really enjoy. Hell yeah, dude! Solid freaking track. You did it again, Mick. Shovel Monster came out with another banger, and it just seems like from the first album to the second album, Day 9, you guys set that bar high. And then now you're coming out with this new single, and that bar has been raised even more. And it's just, you guys are solid. What I also love about Shovel Monster is kind of a love hate thing, but and I've told Mick this before. What I really love about Shovel Monster is that their songs are short. What I really hate about Shovel Monster is that the songs are short. I love it because it's quick and easy to digest. It's, you put the CD on, like I live in Texas, and pretty much everything is out far away. Everything's a 40-minute drive basically. So it's great to have um to listen to when I'm doing a short run. If it is like, if I'm going to the grocery store, my grocery store is only maybe 5-10 minutes away, so I can listen to the album in its entirety, almost, during that whole run back and from to HGB and back. Whereas, in the longer runs, I listen to the album a lot more. So for the short runs, it's really great. For the long runs, it's kind of like I end up listening to the album 4, 5, 6 times, So it's kind of a love hate relationship. I love it because I can digest it very quickly in a short time, but I also hate it because sometimes um, I want I want more. Let's put it that way. I want more. So knowing that he has this album coming out, and maybe that's it. That's maybe Mick. That's your strategy. There is make the song short, aggressive, and make people want more. It's a great strategy because I know for me, I want more. I'm very excited to hear what you have coming down the pipeline because this single definitely has set the bar. I believe that this song is going to really show us what the new stuff is going to be, and it's going to make it day 9 go in second row. So I don't know if that made sense or not, but yeah, I definitely love this new single. I'm excited for the new stuff that's coming out, and when this album eventually drops, I know I will buy it. And what I was trying to convey is that this will go into my truck and it might replace day 9 for a while. But yeah, I think you did a great choice in your pick for the vocalist, Joseph Moore. If you're watching this, awesome job. Like I said, your vocals kind of remind me with the Shovel Monster music, definitely uh, a Freddy Krueger metal band, which is great because he's one of my favorite slasher killers in horror cinema and slasher cinema. So that is a huge compliment. So I hope you don't take offense to that. But yeah, man, great stuff, Mick. Keep doing what you're doing. You always have a home here on Brutal Block, and this track will be featured on next week's episode. I had already recorded the episode that's coming out this coming up Tuesday before this new Shovel Monster track dropped. So we will be featuring this track on the next episode. I believe that will be episode 69.
69.
This new Shovel Monster track will be on because episode 68 has already been recorded and it will be dropping Tuesday at noon. Depending on when I drop this, today is Monday. So if I drop it today, tomorrow's episode of Brutal Block will be out, and that will be episode 68. So if you want to check that out, go to any of the popular streaming services, your favorite one, and type in Super Cool Radio, and Brutal Block should pop up. Or if you want to type in Brutal Block, it should also pop up as well. But I hope you guys enjoy that. Like I said, our goal here at Brutal Block is to spread the love in the metal community. We are never sub-genre specific and never will be sub-genre specific. We share bands of all kinds when it comes to metal and rock and roll. So if that's something you're interested in, please check out our episodes. Like I said, new episodes every Tuesday. As far as this React channel, haven't really decided if I'm going to organize having a weekly video or whatnot. I might just do videos as I feel the need to do them. Since these are a lot shorter, I can pump out a lot more, a lot quicker. And so there's bands that I definitely want to showcase on YouTube and give my opinions on. Jam out with me for the 5 to 6 minutes that we do these. So I'm hoping to be able to pump out a little more of these to kind of help. Like I said, the whole point is to eventually drive more traffic to the audio radio show. That way, those bands can really benefit from that. That's the whole reason why we do this is we want to help build that community and help bands that you may not have heard of be able to get some light shedded on them. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, you add them to your own personal playlist. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this track as much as I did. And please, please go check out Shovel Monster and add them on Facebook, add them on all your social medias. Check them out on YouTube, check them out on Spotify and all streaming platforms, and let them know that DJ JC sent you, and let them know how badass they are because they really are a badass band. This is a band that I can't wait. They kind of are a homegrown band, studio band. It's really just Mick and right now Joseph Moore. I think he does have a tour lined up and he's working on getting some live musicians to go with them on tour. So when that happens, I'm going to be super excited because I hope that they make a stop in my hometown so I can go see them, I can support them, and share a drink with Mick, Joseph, and the rest of the band that night and just have a blast because Shovel Monster is one of my top favorite bands right now. They're killing it, and Mick has a vision for Shovel Monster, and he's executing that vision perfectly. So without further ado, Thank you for coming and jamming out with me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.